Hey everyone, welcome to another round of Tuesday Night Legacy presented by Spellhold Games. My name's Eugene. I'll be your commentator for this March 8th, round 3. On the left, we have Cyrus piloting an Ad Nauseam Tendrils Storm list, and on the right, we have Max playing his blue-black Tempo Doomsday list, which can play the fair game, and it can also combo off at a moment's notice. Let's get started. Cyrus has the play here. They're going to start with a Lotus Petal into Brainstorm. Max does not want that advantage to happen, so he's actually going to fire off this Force of Will, pitching the Murktide Regent, going to his first turn. You can see that he has that Cavernous Souls in his hand. It looks like Doomsday is also there, so I think we're going to see a turn 1 Doomsday from Max. Scalding Tarn into probably a Underground Sea here. And I'm going to fire it off. There's the Dark Ritual, and into the Doomsday. So Doomsday, our first card to highlight, is the combo win condition. It's been around in Magic's history for a while, but has only become a hyper-efficient win condition with the printing of the Thassa's Oracle. Max has actually been trying out a bunch of different ways to win with this deck using the Thassa's Oracle, and this is his latest. I wouldn't say that it's just his creation, I'm not entirely certain, but he's been working on this list for a little while now, using cards like Temporal Mastery to gain extra turns with the Miracle, making them effectively Time Walks. And it looks like his pile was 2 Dazes, 2 Time Walks, and the Thassa's Oracle. And he's got the Cavernous Souls in his hand, so it's going to be uncounterable when it comes down. But he does not have a bunch of draw conditions, so he's actually going to pass the turn back here, hope to win the next turn. Or maybe even the next turn after that. Cyrus is going to play Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond into Tendrils of Agony. This is 5 spells for the turn, Tendrils dealing 10 damage, or rather the opponent losing 10 life, and since Max had to pay 11 life to get that Doomsday off, he loses the game, and we are into game 2. Sped this one back up because it's just a little bit longer than the last one. We're going to see Max start with a pre-game condition, Leyline of the Void. Cyrus no longer has a graveyard with that replacement effect. This is going to hurt their plan just a little bit, since Past in Flames is definitely a card that matters, wanting to recast all of those Dark Rituals and Cabal Rituals to gain a lot of mana, but it can be played around. So we can see the start here, a Lion's Eye Diamond into Underground Sea. And we're going to see a Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Wishclaw Talisman. Wishclaw is a little bit like a Demonic Tutor. I'm going to be able to search for any card in the deck, and you pass it to your opponent, but it goes to the opponent tapped. So if Cyrus can win right here, then it doesn't matter. And almost always, if a Wishclaw is activated, the Storm player intends to win that turn. So we see 2 Lion's Eyes sacrificed for 6 mana, going and getting the Ad Nauseam. Ad Nauseam allowing the Storm player to exile cards off the top of their library, and they're taking damage for each of these converted mana costs. A lot of the cards in the Storm deck are quite low, except for something like Past in Flames or Empty the Warrens. So we can already see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards drawn off of the Ad Nauseam. Cyrus goes to 6 and says that's enough. Casting for mana here. We can see that there's at least 11 Storm on the table, which is more than enough at this point. Casting the Veil of Summer, giving Max one last chance to interact. Veil of Summer, of course, giving the player who casts it hexproof. Max is going to go for a Daze here. Cyrus does have that 4 floating mana, but they decide that that's fine because I can pay 1 mana to see your whole hand instead with this Thoughtseize. I would only go to 4. And reveals that Max has nothing and says, okay, good game. So that is the end of round 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Join us for round 4, where we're going to see Ad Nauseam Tendrils versus Ad Nauseam Tendrils. It's going to be fun.